Ultimately today I wanted to create a video addressing of my personal and most honest concerns regarding positive vibes. And I put that in quotation marks because in accordance to my beliefs and through my philosophical principles and views and ideals, that word in itself is a defeatist mentality. It's a viable excuse that hinders the mind and presents blockages towards a deeper understanding of how life should be lived, how the world is perceived, and how we should as human beings to ultimately and inevitably to reach towards greatness and remove obstacles inside of ourselves and to present a deeper understanding within ourselves as human beings. And ultimately I see it as what it is. And I'm sorry if I'm sitting in my car. Well, this is my whip and I take pride in it. Hondas are great. So anyway. So defeatist mentality, I perceive it as just that, only because you are ultimately running from your problems. You are running from yourself. Instead of facing the darkness within or accepting the blackness, the darkness that resides within yourself or around you, that you are influenced around by, then you are running away from your problem, and you have no interest on doing so, of allowing yourself to bring about change, to surface a positive change, to channel that negative into the positive. And now ultimately, as a black magician as myself, I've always accepted that in life, in the human vessel in itself, among the infinite universe, we each have our own balance that we are able to harness and channel that, just like the yin and yang philosophy, like on the terminals of your battery, your car battery, for positive and negative. And there's positive and negative attributes in everything in life. There's a black and a light, and as well as a gray. So a gray would be more along the lines of myself and what I encompass through my philosophy and my beliefs and my everyday life and my studies and research and my craft and everything that I develop within myself through the occult arts. And like people who say that, positive vibes only, are people that somehow they live in a fixation of a reality that does not exist. Essentially a matrix system, a matrix mindset, a frame of mind, the mainframe of your own disillusion, fixation upon a particular reality that does not exist. It never will, because this world in itself is a balance. Okay? You have your law-abiding citizens, you have your criminals, okay? You have your evil and quote-unquote good, quote-unquote evil. I don't believe in any of those terminologies, because every single person is capable of both in the end. And there's no one particular side of the spectrum that's greater than the other or lesser than the other. Two opposing forces attract each other. It's like male and female, whatever, okay? So, positive vibes, to me, I cringe and I shake my head every time I hear that word. It's, you're running away from a world that needs to be repaired, it needs to be healed. And instead of facing your own responsibilities and service of duty as a human being, as a as a fellow human being among the planet, you know, you rather run away from the problems that needs to be addressed, that need to be confronted, that needs to be changed. And as Mahatma Gandhi always said, to be the change that you wish to see in the world. And, you know, I myself, I have always been a champion and advocate and voice myself towards issues of society and everything that needs to be solved in the world. And I'm a one-person army against the world. And I can only do so much as a one singular individualistic person while alive. And thus this is the incarnation of the purpose of my awakening, my thought process, my purpose, and my vital signs to being alive is to change the world, to actually, to not just use and incorporate words, but to use those words and apply it with action. And thus, this is what I have been doing for the past 4 or 5 years, running on this industry. And this is why I'm so passionate of creating videos. And so many people that accuse me of being quote-unquote evil or quote-unquote negative, well, I am those things for a particular reason. I am negative for a reason due to, you know, truth be told, I don't have anybody else out here in the world to help me with my videos. And rather instead, ever since moving out here, I've had a lot of people, 99% of people, they only want something out of you. They want a handout. They want, you know, they want to help them shoot a music video. They want you to bend over backwards for them, to let them borrow money from you and never pay you back for it. And this is a drawing line. This is new beginnings for me. And, you know, a lot of the people, let me tell you this one thing. Most important advice lesson, okay? Continue to be who you are, embrace your nature, and never apologize for it. And especially when there's so many people out there who tell you the misconceptions about you being negative. Well, in actuality, people like us, realists, and those of us who wear our heart on our sleeves and brutally honest, we are actually quite the opposite. We are actually positive than anything else, and optimistic minded, open minded, and tolerant, okay? Not intolerant, tolerance. And the people that would always tell you of how negative you are for speaking the truth, for the reality that you speak through your own validations, and validations that proven to be factual, are those people that continue to live a lie, and they hate you for who you are, and for you speaking the truth, only because they are the ones who are living inside of a, like I said before, a matrix reality, a system, a world that does not exist. And it's a lot more comforting to know that, you know, they are the sheeple of the world, okay? And for individuals as myself who are the quote-unquote freaks of society, outcasts, loners, the lone wolves, you know, and we are the ones who always speak the truth, no matter what the consequences is. And actually, one of my videos, most recently, is entitled Keep Speaking the Truth Regardless of the Consequences, which is ultimately the truth. Like, I've decoded it entirely and I've broken it down. You can go there and watch the video, or you can watch it at the end of this video. You have a little link clicked on one of these parts over here somewhere, whatever. But yeah, so, you know, never say those words, because it's undermining to yourself. It's an insult to yourself as a human being, as an individual, because it's like I said, it's like those words are used by people in particular that are trying to run away from the world, trying to build upon layers of a world, a reality that just does not exist, you know. And you have to accept the negative, you have to accept the positive as well. You merge and blend both together, and, well, you have a simulated you have built upon utopia, so to speak. I mean, it may not be perfect, but you know, you see the world from an entirely different perspective, and your life changes forever. So, well, thank you everyone so much for watching. My name's Cody Gremlin. Please subscribe, like, share, and leave your comments in this video. I will speak to each and every one of you soon. So, yeah.